Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
My friend, do you believe that you can change the future? Do you believe that there is no fate but what we make? Do you believe that it is possible to change events that haven't even happened yet? That, not that we could go back in time, but that we could change the course of events that happen in our future by what we do today. I believe that we can, my friend. I believe that we can create a new future by what we do in every present moment that we have. Using everything at our disposal, I believe that it is possible that we can make a new ending, even if we can't go back and start a new beginning. We can change. This thought keeps me hopeful for life. It keeps me hopeful for my future and for the future of anyone who comes after me. I have set out to live a life of sacrifice, foregoing many pleasures, but knowing that there's purpose. For what is pleasure anyway, but what we make, the meaning that we put on that word? And what is our future fate, but we make the things that we do to influence? I was just thinking, there are those that believe that we are predestined, that our lives are predetermined, that there's nothing that we can do to change. But there are others who believe that the future is in constant flux, that we can change. I believe that for anything to change in our lives, we must change. We must be the change today to see the change tomorrow. For the future of ourselves and our family in this generation and the next. These thoughts have been on my mind tonight, and I wanted to share them with you and ask you just to take a look at your life today. Not thinking about what you would go back and do differently if you had another deck of cards, but what would you do today? If you knew that the future was not set in stone, that there was no fate but what you made, what would you do differently every day if you knew that you had an effect, if you knew that your actions mattered? What would you do, my friend? How would you act? What would you learn? Who would you meet? What would you give up? What would you sacrifice for a better tomorrow? For we know that tomorrow is not promised. All we really have is today, right now, in this moment. But who knows? You may be listening to this podcast episode a year from now, even 2 years from now. I wonder how different life will be for you and for me. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, that is the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. The Open Palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray that this message encouraged you to know that if you are living, if you are breathing, if you are listening to this right now, there's still time. The future is not set in stone, my friend. We can change it. Everything that we do each day ripples out into the cosmos. It's what I say about each of these podcast episodes is a pebble that I'm throwing into the pond of endless possibility. Share this with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version, just like you, my friend, affecting change for the foreseeable future. If you would like to become a supporter of the podcast and you resonate with these episodes, I do invite you to open your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw, and clicking that little support button there is much appreciated. Even $1 goes a long way to making a difference, my friend. And even just taking a moment of your time to give this a positive rating on whatever platform you have chosen to listen to it is much appreciated. I thank you. Have a blessed day or night wherever you are. And take care.
Hey there, my friend. So, you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.